King that walked this globe to the last black slave they stole. I'm the all in all. Every living thing you see, all of those things exist in me. I'm the all in all. Supreme team, dominant gene, God in the physical. Rose from the bowels of hell, pardon my visual. Cremators doing their job when they get rid of you. Crabs in the bucket, mind state and kill a nigga too. Civil wars in the hood, letting hammers dance. Playing with them pieces of steel, attract the ambulance. Or a prison bid, now your daughter's sick. Ain't nothing gangsta about leaving your seeds fatherless. So I study self and subtracted crime. It takes supreme mathematics to heal a grafted mind. For the 2 and the 3, you need the 1. The only way to get to the Father is through the Son. I met a lot of dudes on that used to shit. They come and go every day, I'm getting used to it. Far as self go, I'm planted on the square. They unlike to Allah, they planted over there. They don't respect the history, they don't recite degrees. But we be using them both to reunite the seeds. Yellow to the brown, brown to the black. Accepted or rejected, you repel or attract. It's been over 50 years, he been gone so far. Now that's a powerful cipher. Peace to Allah.
Peace. This is God in them streets. I'm about ready to go to the Universal Parliament in Mecca on the Wisdom Born Day of the Knowledge Month of the Wisdom Cipher, Wisdom Understanding. Yeah. These two brothers that you see right here, my brother Born King and my brother Two-Bar B-Allah, you know what I'm saying? We travel from far and near to make sure that we be here to represent our nation, the 5% nation of gods and earths, the real gods that always contribute and play a part, not individuals that just jump up on YouTubes and have our flag and everything else, but never come when it comes to coming together with their family. So without further ado, I just will have a brief thing from my brother Born King, the Great. Peace, God.
Peace, my name Born King Allah. 13 letters in my name. And what I'm gonna give you is just a brief synopsis of what it is when we say wisdom born. See, wisdom is the wise words that we make be. That's why it's born, because first we make it be, because we are the A, the Allah, that make it be so you can see Allah in the flesh of his being. When we make it born, we make it materialize into physical existence so that through sight you see me and through sound you hear me. That's wisdom born. The word is born is my knowledge and how it is transferred through my sound to your ears. That knowledge is the word that is bonded to the life that is I, God, in the flesh of my being. And that is the supreme wisdom. And in all your seeking, seek wisdom, but then get to the understanding, because that's the best part.
Peace. Now I bring you my great brother, Two-Bar B-Allah, that rolls with us everywhere, does his job down there in Victory Allah as an elder brother, making sure that he keep things together and keep it original like the way we was taught in the mid-70s coming up with knowledge itself. So without further ado, I bring my great brother, Two-Bar B-Allah, to y'all.
Peace to the nation of gods and earths. My name is Two-Bar B-Allah. I'm here to represent the culture of our God, right? Today's mathematics is wisdom born. Wisdom born is word is born. My word is born because I chose to live this way of life. My word is born because born is life, and I give my life before my work shall fail. This year is wisdom cipher, wisdom understanding. They're born God. This is God year. To show and prove, man, that we got to rise above all that which is, you know what I'm saying, not conducive to the culture of our God. Peace.
Peace. And without further ado, this is God in them streets. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the like button. We getting ready to go light it up in Mecca. Peace.
Born King Allah. Can I please ask everyone in the auditorium, I know it might seem to be a little uncomfortable, but can I ask everyone to come together in this middle row so we can see the power that we have and the power that we need to add on to. And as soon as we get situated, I'm going to start the build. Please, if everyone can come sit in the center, everybody that takes pictures, I want you to come forward because the nation needs to see the nation's power. Because the power is in the people, and the people are the power. Today's mathematics is wisdom born. Wisdom born is knowledge, knowledge all being born of wisdom. Where are we? We're in 92. Look at these mathematics. Come on, y'all, gods and earth. If y'all could just come on and get in the center. Father Tahir, righteous mathematics. I know that y'all is.
Love you too,
and y'all come, get in the center, God, because they told me that some of the babies was falling to rest. You understand? So we got to wake them up. Because who do we need? We need the baby, right? Wisdom born is knowledge, and that born wisdom, right, God? See, for me, this is one of my favorite mathematics, and let me tell you why. It's a little bit selfish, because wisdom is real born, that's born, and then knowledge is king. So it's my day. And you're going to feel me. You know why you're going to feel me? Because I know how to reach.
Got the microphone, God.
I don't need no microphone. I know how to reach the thought centers and the senses that people use emotionally to be able to feel the power of sound that travels at 1,120 feet per second. Let me just start by saying, just a lost nation understood and received, ye are all gods and children of the Most High as the biblical revelation of our physical reality. Did y'all catch that? Or do I need to say it again? Say it again. Now, you can read it again because in the January issue of the 5% newspaper, that's how I start my bill. And the reason why I start my bill like that is because those words that I use are an acronym for January. See, it's just a law nation now, man. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can block us. Because you know what they think we divided, right? They think when you divide it, you can be made to fall. They think that they can come amongst us, trip us up, and then we're going to be lost because we'll be down in the dirt. But what they don't understand is that we are the rich soil of the earth that was raised from the dead by Almighty God Allah. Well, let me explain what the knowledge is. The knowledge is the foundation because that is what Allah used to define who we are when he said ye are all gods. Who is the original man? Let's say it together. The original man is the Asiatic black man.
The maker, the owner, the creator, Father, civilization, God,
the universe. You see how we all know that?
Yes, sir.
Because that's the knowledge. And you know why the knowledge is so important on the wisdom born day? Because when you make your wisdom born, knowledge is revealed, knowledge is shared to the people who are within the circumference of the sound of your voice. So let your voice carry the word, because your word is what? That is knowledge. Born! Your word is attached to your life. Now let me tell y'all something, man. I've been here. Years, months, and days. Don't let this fool you. I got history here. You know why? Because from the time that I got it till right now today, you know I could see in this audience brothers that I've known 30, 40 years. Let me ask y'all a question. You know this man right here?
Yes.
Divine Prince? Yes. You know when I met him, Jamaica High, you know what I'm saying? He told me the black man is God. You know what I did? I laughed at him. You know why? Because I was a different kind of knowledge then. I was a knowledge culture, defined in the 1 to 40 as who was the 85%. Uncivilized, poison animal here. I was a slave from the mental death and power. I was one of the people who did not know who he was. I didn't know who the true living God is. But the knowledge and the culture, he said, say the knowledge is the black man is God. I was like, God? The black man is God? You mean these people been lying
God
to
in
me
them streets,
all these
the
years?
truth.
I'm 13. I was convinced that Jesus, this white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude, was the Son of God. And then in my little feeble 85% brain, I said, well, if the son is blonde-haired and blue-eyed, his daddy must be blonde-haired and blue-eyed too. So the piece with magnetic for me was the knowledge that the black man is God. Let me say that again. The piece with magnetic for me was the knowledge that the black man is God. So, Allah said that he would define us, his sons, I'm going to get to the daughters, say ye are all gods. But when he said children of the Most High, that was when he was talking about his daughters and the babies. Because the daughters and the babies are the children of the Most High. Who's the Most High? Look at me, man. When you see arm, leg, arm, head, we're not talking about no Muslim ideology. Just imagine if you are the original man and you're physically birthed and you're self-created, and when you touch down on the planet and you look at the pristine waters of the Nile Valley region and you see there in the water the reflection of yourself, tell me, what do you see? Allah. That's why it's your name. But the only one that could give us the knowledge, purified, pure and simple, was the man who got to the knowledge through his own self-realization and exploration and introspection, which is the internal journey inside of oneself. Now let me explain something to you. When y'all quoted the knowledge degree, son of man, ye who are all gods, that keep telling me that you civilized people, where you going, merciful side? Don't.
I gotta go get take this something to eat.
Me, y'all tell me who you are. Remember when we said father civilization? That means you fathered civilization into existence. And you gave not only the meaning of civilization, you the one who taught the uncivilized how to be civilized. Do you understand that there's a difference between being a father civilization and being a civilized person? Yes. I mean, how many people do understand that?
Better.
Raise your hand if you understand it. But don't raise your hand if you lie. Don't lie. Because in this room, the truth is what prevails. Now let me tell y'all the difference between a civilized person and a father civilization. Because your tool bag as a civilized person will have not understanding cultural refinement, and it's not a savage pursuit to have it. But the father civilization, then God said the 1 to 9. Because the 1 to 9 dictates the reality of this planet. When I was a thought in my father's physical brain and he beheld the beauty of my mother, I was born in one day. 270 days later, I emerged from the womb. Tell us how a baby is created from a live air seed particle in the clot of blood. Let me ask a question. How many gods in here got knowledge in the God cycles? Now we're talking about 20th century gods. Do y'all understand that? So when we was in the God cycles, the knowledge came before born. And it wasn't until we got the knowledge born that we entered the 21st century, and 2 was in first place. In the year 2000, all the devils told you, watch out, the world is going to end. You know why they said that? Because we had come full circle. You heard the brother mention Musa. 2000 BC, we came full circle to 2000 AD. Do y'all understand the significance of that? That when we got to 2000 AD, you got to understand the significance is that the devil was now in so much overtime that's why he thought his world was going to end. His expiration date was already in the 20th century because it was 1914, right? But now we had come full circle to the year 2000. But let me take y'all back to this live air seed particle in the clot of blood. Because that journey is a journey that we've all experienced. Every single one of us that's sitting in these seats came through that degree of the 1 to 9. And what I'm saying to ye who are all gods is that the Father and the Son is one and the same. And when Allah realized, right, that he was Allah in the flesh of his being, right? Because it's important when you add in the flesh of his being, because then he understood the responsibility that God could never die again, and he had to remove and erase any thought of a mystery God and make sure that even when they came for his flesh, that God would never die, because ye are all gods and Allah can't die. Why? Because of us.
The mindset.
We are the God. We are God in the name of Allah. Allah was God in the name of Allah. You understand the difference?
Understanding.
So from Allah, God, we got the supreme knowledge of ourselves that allowed us to become, like I said, my name born King Allah. It's 8 letters before I get to Allah.
Hope
right?
you live
So
to
I'm
see
born
the
King
gods take
Allah.
the devil in
8 letters before I get to my Father.
Future.
But the significance of getting to my Father is that now, as the Son of Man, I cannot be fooled. I cannot be used. I cannot be abused. I cannot be stopped. You can't stall me out. You can't stop. You know, I'm so happy to be here today. The reason why I'm saying these things in the order that I'm saying it is because y'all need to hear that I'm so excited to see y'all. I love y'all so much. No, I love y'all so much. You know, and sometimes it hurts me that I can't be here as much as I used to, you know, because I used to build at the Fort Greene Parliament. I used to build at Mount Morris. I used to build in Rochdale Village. Wherever there was a build for a parliament, I was there.
I
Because I
started
understood
16.
that born king is not a local God. Born king is a universal God. You see, and you gotta be careful when you say my name. Because I'm like, what's that guy? When y'all ever seen that movie? They say, don't say his name.
The Candy Man.
Oh, Candy Man. That's a movie, right? But you gotta be careful when you say my name. See, because you can't use my name in vain. I'm not gonna let you do it. Because I'm the builder who builds. Yeah, check my work. I put work in, man. On all levels for this right here. And I'm continuing to do so. I ain't stop. I'm a little older. I'm a little wiser. But let me show you something, and I really want y'all to understand this. We are defined by the knowledge degree. We who are the gods are defined by the knowledge degree. Muslims are defined by his own self as a righteous Muslim, which is a knowledge degree, but it's the knowledge culture degree in the 1 to 36. The 85% are defined by the knowledge degree, but the knowledge culture degree in the 1 to 40. Right? The devil, the rich slave makers of the poor, he is defined by the knowledge degree, but the knowledge degree combined with the power degree, when who is the 10%? The rich slave makers of the poor teach the poor lies to believe what? That the Almighty true living God is a spook
that cannot be seen by the physical eye. Drop it on them, born king.
Somebody with a vehicle, LVG, I think this is a R05. Somebody hit your car. If you're in here, please go check on your car.
Okay, so let me explain this to y'all. Oh my gosh, I know whose car it is. I know whose car it is. Let me tell you, now hold on. I want y'all to understand 2 things. Who you are is not what you are. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yes, sir. Who you are, what you are.
Who you are is not what you are. Right? So just like we all have an honorable name, right? And we all got righteous names, right? So does this nation. See, because when we was first born, when Allah raised us from the dead and removed the tombstone of ignorance out of our heads, right? We became the 5% on the rise. That's what we became. Right? And the world recognized that the foundational youth movement in the time era of gangs in the 1970s, that the foundational youth movement that was founded in peace was the 5%.
That's right.
Right? Is that true?
Allah crushed all gangs.
64, right? From 64, right, to 69, people spoke about the 5%, and they didn't speak about us like we was a group of gang or an organization. They said those were the gods. Right? But then what a lot of us forgot, and a lot of us, well, some of us who were there and loved Allah and was able to share that space and time with him from the time that he came home from Matterhorn to the time when they came for his flesh, they received some knowledge that other brothers who wasn't around didn't receive. When Allah had spoken about how we are the nation of gods and earths. But that didn't mean that we were no longer 5%ers. It's just like when we had names that sounded like they were Muslim names, what did the Lord tell us to do in 67?
Get rid of
He
them.
said, change the Muslim name. And it wasn't just that our physical names individually sounded like Muslims. Everybody thought we were Muslims because who is the 5% is the 16th degree and the 1 to 40. So how did we differentiate ourselves? Because the knowledge and equality tells you, right, that we are the poor righteous teachers of the planet earth who do not believe in the teaching of the 10% who are all wise and know who the true living God is, who teach that the true living God is the Son of Man, supreme being, black man, information, who teach freedom, justice, and equality to all the human families of the planet earth. But the knowledge degree already defined who we were. The knowledge equality degree defined what we were at that particular time. When the law came home in 67, he saw Hashim. What did he see? He saw that one of his sons had became a what?
Man.
Father. So then he knew that the father and the son was one and the same because he saw the growth. Not just mentally, but he saw that growth physically. So he told the gods, ye the gods, and he told his children, he told his women, say, you the earth that gives birth. Look at that young God that just came through your womb after 270 days.
And Hashim's mother name is
Because when
Mary.
the live air seed particle, when the black man took the journey into the center of the earth, and he planted down explosives, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, and into the darkness of the uterine canal, right? The life seed that we carry. Who carries the life seed?
We do. Our woman.
Are y'all confused?
Our woman.
No. Who carries the life seed in their body?
We do.
The gods carry.
Life giving, the life
Exactly.
taking.
Why?
The life giving, the life taking.
Why? Because we the two-headed man. Does anybody disagree?
That's right. Explain it right.
Does everybody understand why we are the two-headed man?
One on top
Okay,
and
because
one
we
in
got
the
two
middle.
heads. This head
Now
right
he's
here,
married.
we give life through sound. We have another head that's between our legs. This head is between our arms. But we have another head between our legs. But it serves the purpose to be the conduit for our life seed to transform from the gas of thought into the living liquid to become the combination of gases, liquids, and solids. And while it is in the darkness of the uterine canal, it finds its first earth, which is the egg. It claims it, it owns it, and unless he wants a twin, no other can come inside. And then for that 9 months, she bears that life from that 1 day to the 270th day, which is again the 1 to 9. That's 1 month to 9 months. Then there's a flood. What is the flood significance? The flood is the coming of new life onto the planet. That is the water breaking. When the water breaks, that's the great flood. I get that a lot of people really are not understanding the reality of being the true and living God in the flesh of your being. But that the life force that we have is the life force that we give, which makes us the forever people with no beginning or ending. See, when these lessons say these things, you have to understand why. And if you read the 5% of the newspaper, you'll find out why. And it's available at the table back there. But what I really want y'all to see, and what I really want y'all to understand, is that we as the true and living gods have a responsibility to these babies. Now, the responsibilities we have to these babies is to make these things which could ordinarily be boring, be exciting. Because when I was a young God, I came early and I stayed late. I had brothers that was fire breathers. And when they spoke, I felt it. It was like electricity running through my body. And so I said to myself, I have to go home and I have to study. Because in order for me to be as intelligent as that man that I was a witness to, because I don't bear witness. I don't know how many of you guys in here bear witness. I'm the eyewitness. It's a difference. My woman bear witness. But she bears. I'm the I and the I. I'm the I self, Allah, master. So I'm the eyewitness. And as I was the eyewitness to my brother's ability to take this knowledge and make it born, I said I wanted it for myself, but I couldn't get it through osmosis. I couldn't get it just from sitting in that chair. I had to go home, study, and dedicate myself to making this the work that I do for the rest of my life. So when I talk about the work that I do, I really want other people in here. Because at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand and give yourself the credit for the work that we've done as a nation of people who came up by our own bootstraps. We lifted ourselves up out of the soil. We got some of the greatest artists, some of the greatest musicians. We have some of the greatest electricians. We have some of the greatest authors, right? You see this book? How many people read this book? You know who wrote this book? I did.
Born King.
But you know why I wrote this book, Gods and Earths? I didn't write the book for money. I wrote the book so that my brothers who were trapped in an unmentionable situation, suffering in the belly of the beast, could find freedom and relief. And so what I made sure my purpose was to be able to free this culture behind the bars, walls, and fences of America's institutions. Right? Because America has declared that our beautiful nation is some kind of group, gang, or organization that they need to crush under their foot. But what I let them know is you ain't doing nothing here. You understand? And that the true and living God will stand up. I don't care if you want me to come into that federal courthouse and get in front of that Supreme Court judge. You want me to face off with the Attorney General. I do it. And I win. Because I'm not a loser.
And not as a religion. Let them know, Born King.
You understand? And I'm a winner because, see, I got the knowledge. See, Allah said kill all religion. So I don't get where people will come in with intent. God, if you have a case and you use the R word, I reject your case.
Tell them the truth, Born King.
And see, because what I did for legal purposes is define this nation as a God-centered culture. Because I already understood that the culture is our God. And we already understand that everything we do is centered in the knowledge of God and the reality of God. And so what I did was, almost 20 years ago, we set up the National Office of Cultural Affairs. And it's called NOGE. And what I did is that when Intelligent Tariq wanted his case, I met with the Department of Corrections in New York. We had an emergency meeting in the law school in Mecca. Duma, Law B, everybody was on my board. I made a Law U Justice, right? I made him the head of NOCA, and I just took the prison policy because I didn't create the institution for self-aggrandizement. I created the institution because as a nation, you have to create institutions that make you a nation. You can't just say you're a nation, you must be able to operate as a nation. And in order to operate as a nation, you have to create national institutions. So NOCA is just one of them, right? And so for the past 20 years, we freed the nation in 16 different states, well, 17 states. You understand what I'm saying? And now the Guards of the King now, they get to celebrate the Father's physical, they get to celebrate their honor days, right, God? They get to celebrate the Father's physical. They get to celebrate the show and prove. They get to celebrate day one because not day one. Before we get to day one, that's the last one on the calendar year. We gave them a family day so that their life in there can kind of mirror our life out here. And so, you know, it wasn't easy. I had opposition. I found opposition, internal opposition. But I pushed forward because, like I said, I can't stop, won't stop, don't stop. But that was just one of the institutions. For the last 20 years, I've been a writer for the 5% of the newspaper. And I've been a writer, not for money, because I don't receive a salary, I don't get paid. When I created the institution of NOCA, I don't receive a salary, I don't get paid. Because I'm the one that does the work. And I keep work and money separated. I got help. So at the end of the day, right, I have no limitations because you did give me your time. But at the end of the day, thank you. At the end of the day, what I want y'all to be proud of is the fact that whether you know it or not, this nation, you know what I'm saying, has ownership of property. We have professional people. We have my brother Josh Mel, who is very prominent, you know what I'm saying, in what he's doing, and I'll let him share that if you want to share it, you know what I'm saying, but he has a way in which he can interview different people from all walks of life and to be seen and heard. We have different people in here. We got Beloved back there, right? Who I've known forever. He's got a whole mechanical engineering company. We have success stories within this nation. And I want y'all to understand that. Don't let nobody play you for cheap. Don't nobody tell you We ain't builders, we've been builders. You understand what I'm saying? And what I come to do today is to bring this nation together, regardless to the thought or idea, right? Because I just want y'all to know this. All of us know each other because we got history in this nation that's written in stone. How many people got knowledge in the 80s? How many people got knowledge in the 90s? How many people got knowledge in the 2000s? How many people got knowledge after COVID? So everybody in here had knowledge before COVID? Did everybody in here have knowledge? You didn't? Okay, so everybody had knowledge before COVID, right?
Yeah.
So that means that somebody knew you before COVID, right? You got history, right?
Yes, yes.
There's no mystery, God, right?
Right.
So a man with no history, is he a mystery?
Yes.
Right? I'm just saying, let's ask. You got history? I know your history. Right? Do I got history? How many of y'all know me? Can I just... Okay. What I'm saying is, if you ain't got no history, man, I don't set no mysteries. Listen, if there's an agent in here, raise your hand. Come on, don't be shy. No. It's okay. If you're an agent and you've been sent, don't worry, we're not going to be angry at you or anything. Just raise your hand. If they sent you here to see what we do, or to slow our progress, just raise your hand. It's okay. Okay, so nobody's raising their hand? Let me tell you something, man. Don't play God. Don't play God. Because we do this for them. And I'm pointing to that baby. Don't misconstrue. We're not allowing nobody to come in here and play with this, man. See, this is why the knowledge degrees, the knowledge wisdom degree, knowledge understanding, knowledge culture, knowledge path, all the way to knowledge moment. That's where the warning comes. Because you see, God, we protect this nation, right, God?
Yes.
From all enemies, whether they foreign or domestic. Nobody. If you ain't qualified to have your finger on the power and control of the economics of this nation, boy, you gon' step down. Because if you ain't qualified, if you ain't got no history, what qualifies you? Because you talking today? Where was you yesterday? Why nobody know you yesterday? If you know me from yesterday, then you know I am nothing if I ain't consistent. History is the proof that you here for a reason, not for a season. I'm saying, don't feel disturbed. Especially if you're not an agent, you ain't got no reason to be disturbed. If your ears ain't burning right now, good. You one of the good guys. But if your ears are burning, it's because you know, oh, they on me. They done caught on to me. You know, Steve Coakley used to all the time, because when you start revealing the devil, see, God is in the flesh of his being, right? You think the devil ain't? What did he just do? Look at the black devils that killed that black man just the other day, and now they running his death. Him getting beat to death. It's on an endless loop, like a snuff film. And every day our young sons and daughters is watching a man that look like them get beat to death. And it's on MSNBC, CNN, it's on your local news station. How come the death of the black man is shown with no shame? Don't y'all feel some kind of way? If y'all don't feel that, then let me know. But I feel it. Because at the end of the day, we are the forever people. And our life is the life that everybody is really dependent on. I want to get to unite the seeds. Because in this nation, the Lord taught us about uniting the seeds, and we thought it was only about the black, the brown, and the yellow. But remember when our own brother came over here and found out that we was over here, that we had been kidnapped from home 400 years ago, and they found out we was over here? Do you know that in 2019, that Ghana, which is the place that a lot of our ancestors who became kidnapped victims and made slaves over here were taken from Ghana? Did you know that in 2019, Ghana made an announcement to all black Americans Do you know what the announcement was?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who know, let me share this with those who don't. In 2019, Ghana said to black Americans, there is a right to return. You were kidnapped from our homeland. We're very sorry we didn't come to your rescue earlier. But now, in 2019, we are offering you the right to return. You can now receive dual citizenship with your homeland. That is the uniting of the sea. But
The
what
East and the
happened?
West.
The white man shut the whole world down in 2019, did he not? What happened in 2019? What did they call it?
COVID.
COVID what?
19.
So soon as our people make the knowledge born that we got the right to return home, the devil said, oh no you don't. COVID-19 shut the world down. I'm the devil. I shut the world down. Shut the world down. Can't move. Can't go nowhere. You can't get on a plane. And I'm gonna
Kill at the same time. Population control.
I'm gonna stick you with this poison. You ain't gonna unite no seed. Because they know, because the black seed is the foundational seed. You understand, Father Tahim, right? So they already know that the essence of existence exists within us. Because we the forever people. And that's why we the ones that they kill in public. That's why, do you know that we the only people on the planet in America that government gives permission to their government officers to murder anyway? It's called qualified immunity. How many of y'all knew that? The police have qualified immunity to murder you. So, listen, gods and earth. When I say you, that means you, me, my daughter, my sons, my grandsons, my granddaughters. What we gonna do about it? What have we done about it? Huh? Say something wrong that the Jews don't like. Every station is on high alert. Y'all condemn Kanye. What? Oh my gosh, he was at DEFCON 5. The whole world went crazy. They killed the black man. The world is silent. The only ones that seem to care when we get murdered is us. But if somebody offends another ethnic group, because remember I told you about unite the seed, but all of these seeds, we don't look at the devil as a seed. He's a grafted germ. But the strange things when men become women and women become men, we knew all of this. We had foreknowledge. We knew that this would happen. Now in the 21st century, gods and earths, we are the eyewitness, and the earth can bear witness to this reality. Because in the 20th century, this was not happening. Where you got shapeshifters, where you got to be careful now, because a moth done shifted its shape so much, you don't know if it's a woman or a man. Understand the significance of what I'm telling you. When I tell you that the black man is God and the white man is the devil, I'm not calling names. I'm showing you the devil is in the flesh of his being, and he's doing his job. And his job is to make men as feminine as he can. His job is to make women as masculine as he can, so that you as man and woman won't come together to bring forth that black seed, that brown seed. Remember, they practiced mass murder of the black seed for 200 years. Did y'all forget that?
Nope.
And then for the next 200 years, he practiced the murder of the brown seed.
Right.
And then for the next 200 years, he practiced the mass murder of the yellow seed. Why? Because in order for him to come into existence, for that man to be successful in all of his undertaking, for that man to come out the caves, look at the great civilizations that we built, and then become the ruler of our planet. After being a caveman, if y'all don't understand that this expiration date been passed, if y'all don't understand that the knowledge was given to you to be the gods and the earth and to be the saviors of self so that you could save the world, why do you think Ghana want to unite seeds with us? Because they know we have the intellectual capability to raise their mentality. They got the natural resources. We are the best part of the planet Earth. That's why they stole us. But the best part of the planet Earth was invaded. And our people in Ghana don't even know that they've been colonized. They really believe in the white Jesus.
Yes, they do.
All of the gold, the diamonds, the emeralds, the cobalt, everything that goes into making cell phones and car batteries, it's in the best part of the planet Earth. That's our homeland. Understand the riches that are at our fingertips, gods and earths, when we unite the seed. What I'm trying to show you is the power is yours. The power is ours. The power is mine. And if you don't got the power to fill these seats, if you ain't the piece with the magnetic, let me tell y'all something. The projects don't got no magnetic. I understand. The projects don't got no magnetic. The parliament do. And the reason why I asked y'all all to come together is so that the concentrated power of the gods and the earth could be an example that y'all could take home with you in your phone, that you could see for yourself, and so that you can interpret the fact that when we said you want to see the laws come together, yeah, let's
God in them streets, y'all, for
you
real.
You understand what I'm saying, guys and earth? I got one question, and I'm going to answer this one, and that's...
Who said something ignorant like that?
National Office of Cultural Affairs.
Listening to you gives me the impression that you create, it comes to, of course it comes to the mind of God, but you're
yes, God. Yes. Me and my co-founder, Powerful Ruling Nation, all love.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
Yes. And then, how many guards was in the institution when the NOGE policies went into effect and they were able to, you was there, was you there?
That's why I asked you that.
Right, God. And what I'm saying to you, you're right, God, because at the end of the day, those who benefited, right, and are able to, you were able to wear your universal flag. You didn't have to act like you were some Masonic secret society. You understand? Because in my day,
or Muslim,
if they came for my flag, they had to get down physically. Because we got down physically. You understand? There's guards in here that was dead. We was dead together. And God, when it comes to this right here, God, it don't matter. See, geography doesn't matter. If you stand for this, you ain't falling for nothing. You understand? You're going to stand on your square, and guess what? The captains, they all going to respect you. The warden is going to respect you, and he's going to come to you, and he's going to say, please help me. I can't control this facility. So I set up communication, education, health, supply, GOD. But that was over 20 years ago. I ain't been back. You can't have me back. But what I'm saying to y'all is, when we set up these institutions, like in 1984, I wrote a piece called What a Law Meant When He Said Not to Marry Under the Government. Because I didn't like the fact that in a nation where we beloved, the Father is the most beloved, you understand what I'm saying, entity in existence, these people they act like they got the right to call our children bastards. Who is you talking to? I wish you would. Say it to my face. So, if you feel that way, you do something to change it. So I did. You can't call my children a bastard. You understand? Because they're not fatherless. My children have fathers. Who you think you talk, watch your mouth. And I bet you I ain't going to tell you again. So when I wrote the degree, that was what the degree was about. Getting that stigma off the children of this nation. So what he meant when he said not to marry under the government was for us to set up our own system of government where now we could come together as God and earth under the sun, moon, and stars according to our own cultural tenets. And the beautiful thing about it is that we get to write what those cultural tenets would appear, how they would appear, how we would live it out, how we would show and prove, so that all the young earths who in their dream cycle could see themselves bonding with the young God of their choice when they come to Parliament for 20 years straight and they meet the young God and they go to the young God, the young God goes to the parent and says, peace, your earth is your young earth is beautiful and I would like to court her and I would like to make her my earth. You understand? These are the things that nations do when they're growing and developing. You create these institutions. When Powerful Ruling Nation went home, his physical family allowed me to write his going home ceremony. It took place in Medina. It was beautiful. I had Duma lead it. I wrote every guard that presented, I wrote it all. When it was time for the 50th year anniversary, I went to the Apollo Theater and the guard came with me. And that thought, just from that idea, it actually happened. It cost $60,000, but we did it. The nation had an opportunity, right, in the Apollo Theater to celebrate its 50th anniversary. What I'm saying to you is...
got 60 next year.
I do the work, and I keep money and work separated.
Teach. I like
So
that.
I don't touch the money.
I like that.
You can't send me no money, because I do the work, and I keep money and work separated. You know why? Because people are liars. People will put your name in stuff that it don't belong in, simply because of fear.
That's right.
Because it's the fear what they can't stop. See, listen, steel sharpens steel, right? So there's always going to be a system of checks and balances you can't get around. You can't be. You understand what I'm saying? you're not smarter than the entire nation. There's just no way.
That's right.
We're not blind deaf and dumb. We're not slow gases. I used to call certain people radon. Because radon is the slowest gas in the universe. And the reason why I call them that is because they think they're smart. Because they're intellectually equipped, right, to have a vocabulary. But if you are a surface dweller and you don't dig in deep with this knowledge here, let me tell you something, you're going to be revealed. You're going to get exposed. And knowledge is going to be gone. Same applies to me. So, it's been my pleasure and honor, because it's been so long since I've been able to see y'all. And I love y'all. And I'm here to unify, because I don't want nobody for 1 minute to think that we divided and now's their opportunity to come in here and cause division, because it ain't gonna happen. There's not a brother in here, and I see every man that's in it. There's not a brother in here that I can't build with. There's not a brother in here that I don't want to build with. But I'm gonna tell you this. We build with builders to destroy deceivers. As long as you ain't about deceiving this nation, I love you. I got you. But you gotta have a history. You can't be a mystery. If you don't got no history, then we need to figure out who sent you. And again, just before I get off, if there's any agents in here, if you want to raise your hand, come on, it's okay. It's okay. We're just going to have a conversation outside, just me and you. Nobody Yes, sir. We're just going to have a conversation. Okay? And I know you're cool with that, right? Agents, you good with that? So, with that being said, I just want to say pregnant earths activate children's existence. We back in the day. We didn't just say peace. We used to say things like positive electrons, it's created energy. We was really, like RT, we was so excited to have this knowledge that we used to go. But with that being said, I've taken up enough time. I love you all, and I want to say peace to God and earth. Hey. I don't want anyone to think that we could be separated. See, we have honorable names, we have righteous names, and we will forever honor you. We are the 5% names of God's and earth. So don't get it twisted. Because we is one. That 5% newspaper is available for everybody.
Don't forget the paper.
I'm telling you, y'all, that January article is the bomb. Peace to the God's and earth. Peace to the 5% nations of God's and earth.